So we're going through exercise 10A, and in this video we'll be going through question 9, which says, in Victoria, a license plate generally consists of 3 letters followed by 3 numbers. If any of the letters A to Z is allowed in the first 3 positions, and any of the digits 0 to 9 in the second 3 positions, how many different license plates are possible? The letters and digits may be used more than once. So here's an example of what this question is asking of us, and you might actually realize that this is the old version of the number plates. If you see a newer car on the road, you'll actually see numbers in some of these positions, but let's just deal with what the question is telling us. So we know that in the first 3 positions, we can only have letters. So let's deal with our very first position. What are the possible letters I could have there? Well, because there's 26 letters in the alphabet, there's obviously 26 options for the first position. What about the second position? Well, because I know that I can use the letters more than once, this is also going to be 26. And so too for my third position, it will be 26. Now the question we have to ask ourselves is, are we going to plus these together or times them together? And whenever you're asking yourself that question, what you're really asking yourself is, does the sequence matter? So in other words, if a car had the number plate TLQ, is that the same as having the number plate LQT? Obviously not. These would have to be on 2 different cars. The sequence matters when it comes to your number plate. So if we now look at our multiplication rule, when sequential choices are involved, the number of possibilities is found by multiplying the number of options at each successive stage. So that first part is really important, when sequential choices are involved. So now we're going to come up here and we're going to apply the multiplication rule right here. Perfect. Let's now deal with our number section and deal right with the first one. So what are all the possible choices I have for this first position? Well, I know that it has to be between 0 and 9, and that's 10 options. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that means I have 10 possible numbers I could put here. For the second position, because I can use numbers more than once, it's also going to be 10, and so too for the third position. Now, once again, am I plussing or timesing? Where here I have 717, would you also say that it's 177? Well, obviously not. That's a different car. So once again, the sequence matters. So we're going to times them all together. Now we have to ask ourselves the question, are we going to times or plus these 2 sections together? So I have my letter section, I have my number section. Am I going to plus or am I going to times? And once again, you're going to have to ask yourself the question, does sequence matter? So let me come and rub this off, rub that off, and let's look at TLQ. So that first part here. Well, we know that I could also have 717, that would be 1 number plate. But I also could have 177 or 771, which means each of these is a different number plate, which are all coming from the sequence TLQ. So obviously, the sequence does matter when it comes to these 2. So I'm going to times these 2 together now. So let me come and just rub this off, just to be neat. Come back over here. All right, a nicer way you could write this would be 26 cubed times 10 cubed. Then you're going to put that into your calculator and you're going to get 17,576,000. So these are all the different license plates that are in Victoria, or that are possible in Victoria. And this again is under the old system. There would be more now because we've changed it a bit. Hopefully this was helpful to you, and I really enjoyed this question because it was a real life type of question. Hopefully you enjoyed it too, and good luck with the rest of your studies.